Welcome to Narayan Edu Planet. Hello friends, Class 6 Science Book The Living World of DAV. We will study Chapter 1 Our Environment. So this is the first part. Let's begin. We see a variety of plants and animals around us. They may be similar or different depending upon the geographical and climatic conditions. So here the geographical and climatic condition means the polar bear cannot be live in hot areas and camel cannot be live in snow covered area because of climatic condition and the geographical condition. Living objects do not live in isolation. They interact with one another and also with non-living surrounding in which they live. As a result, both plants and animals get adapted to their surroundings. We find that there are two types of objects in our surrounding: plants and animals, including human beings, form the living components. They are also called the biotic component. Air, water, soil, light, temperature, etc. are non-living and are also called abiotic component. So here the living components is the biotic component and the non-living is abiotic. Both biotic living and non-biotic non-living components taken together to constitute our environment. When we constitute these two components, we form the environment. Biotic environment. Living organism, that is all plants and animals including human beings, form the biotic environment. Let us try to understand its different components one by one. Plants are also called producers. We all know that plants, like other organisms, need food. All green plants have the coloring matter called chlorophyll. The chlorophyll, which is present in the leaves, absorbs energy from the sunlight. This energy is used to prepare food. For this, plants also use carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and water and minerals from the soils. This process of preparing food by the plants is called photosynthesis. The following equation represents this process. So this is the process of photosynthesis. When CO2 and water, that is H2O, get mixed with sunlight and chlorophyll, then form glucose, that is C6H12O6 plus O2. Glucose means carbohydrate. The green plant which prepare their own food are called producers or autotrophs. So here autotrophs means auto means self and troph means food, means they are producing food by own. So plants are called producers. Animals, they are called consumers. Animals cannot prepare their own food. They have to depend on plants for the food. They are called consumer or heterotrophs. So here heterotrophs means other, trop means food. So this means the consumer other food. We are eating the plant's food. Other. Plant with other food. All animals feed on green plants either directly or indirectly. Animals like cattle and goat directly eat plants like grass and fodder. They are called primary consumer or herbivore. So the primary consumer or herbivores means the animal that are eating green plants directly in form of grass and fodder. They are called herbivores. Animals like tiger and lion feed on these herbivores. In other ways, they hunt and eat cattle, goat, etc. Such consumers which feed on plants indirectly are called secondary consumers or carnivores. So here herbivores. Some animals like tiger and lion hunt the herbivores and consume this. So they are consuming the green plants indirectly because herbivores are eating green plants and carnivores are eating herbivores. There are some animals which feed on both producers as well as the primary consumer. They are called omnivore. Animals like bears, pig, etc. are omnivore. We humans are also omnivores. Some animals like bears and pigs are omnivores because they eat both. Producers means they are eating herbivores and green plants both. So they are called omnivores. So here third is microorganisms that are called decomposers. In addition to producers and consumer, there are some organisms which derive their food from dead and decaying plants and animals. They are called decomposers. Break down the dead and decaying plants and animals into minerals. So here the decomposers eat means decay the dead plants and animals and eat and break down the dead decaying plants into minerals. These minerals get mixed with soil and are again used by the plants. The process is called recycling of mineral. So recycling of mineral is that the plants producers is producing and herbivores are eating them and carnivores are eating herbivores. And when carnivores are break down into minerals, it is again used by the plants and this is called recycling of minerals. So fungi and bacteria are the organisms that help in decomposition. These are so small that they cannot be seen with our naked eyes. So fungi and bacteria are very small and they are seen by powerful microscopes. Micro fungi and bacteria help help in decomposition. They are they are also called microorganisms. Animals and birds like jackals, crows, vultures, and kites, kitties consume dead bodies of animals. This process helps in keeping the environment clean. They are called as scavengers. Do you know if dead organisms are decomposed, the number their number will go on increasing and there will no space left for the living organism. Some bacteria present in air, water and soil can cause various diseases. If they are not the microorganisms do not do their work, then the number of dead organisms go on increasing and there is no space left for there is no space left for the organisms, the living organisms. Some bacteria are present in air and soil and cause various disease. So here is activity 1. A zoo feeder wants to segregate the animals listed below into 3 groups on the basis of their food its type. So here in this here is an animal's name. You have to separate this. Like giraffe is herbivores, lion is carnivore, and rhinoceros is omnivores. There are certain materials that cannot be composed in nature. Now let us perform the following activity. Take some pieces of a newspaper and pieces of cloth and use plastic bag. Bury these in the soil. After 1 month, dig up the soil and check for 3 things. What do you observe? The plastic bag saw no change in the same condition when it was buried. Paper and cloth have changed and are partly decomposed. Why has this difference in these materials occurred? This is due to the difference in the action of decomposers on them. We observe that paper and cloth are biodegradable. That biodegradable means bio, living organism, and degradable means decomposable. So the biodegradable materials are those materials that are decomposable. These are materials which can be broken down into similar substances by microorganisms. Plastic is non-biodegradable. means that is, it cannot be broken down into similar substances by any microorganism. Plastic and other such materials affect the environment adversely. Their accumulation in the sewage system leads to blocking of drains in our cities. Burning of plastic material add to air pollution. We should therefore convince our friend and relative not to use plastic bags. In some cities, a twin bin system has introduced for welfare of environment. Blue dustbins and green dustbins are placed in localities. In blue bins, non-biodegradable waste, plastic, aluminum foil, glass, petals, etc. are deposed of. In green bins, biodegradable waste, vegetable waste, paper, cloth, cardboard, etc. are disposed of. It is important for us to segregate biodegradable and non-biodegradable waste and decompose them in an environment friendly way. The kitchen waste can be put in a pit dug in the garden, which is then covered with soil and dry leaves. The waste in the pit is acted upon the microorganisms and gets converted into useful compost. The compost can be for growing healthy plants in fields and gardens. In order to hasten the process of compost making, a variety of earthworms called red worms can be mixed with the kitchen waste. They convert it into compost very fast. The process of forming compost with the help of various worms, usually red worms, white worms and other earthworms, is known as vermicomposting. Vermicomposting is an excellent nutrients-rich organic fertilizer and soil conditioner. So the vermicomposting means is the process of composting the the waste of kitchen waste with the help of red worms, white worms and other earthworms. So here is the activity tree. List the thing or item you throw away as waste in dustbin. Don't you think some of them can be recycled, reused or composted? Try to categorize the items in your list into 3 columns under their appropriate heading. You may find it interesting to note that names of some of the items can be put in more than one column. So here the items that are recycled and items that are reused and items that are composed, you write the names of this. So recycled, that is plastic bottles, reused bottle jar of glass, compost kitchen waste. So here only the abiotic component we will study in other video.